allow us to continue making the profile. Excuse me. We have the initials. Now we can also have the image. We'll get to that later. And this is all in the profile pic area, which ends here. So beneath that, let's put another div, class profile information. There's only one V in div, thank you. Like that, we'll close it out. We have, let me get my database open. We have first name, last name, and that's it. We can also put in the email address maybe. The initials are there. I guess we can put in the email address and when they first signed up. I guess we can do that. We'll just go put in a paragraph class of profile name. And we'll echo out user profile first name. And we'll do this. User profile last name. Close that out. And after that, we will go p class equals profile info. We'll echo out the email address. No, actually, wait, that was just email. Yeah, I was going to do something else, but it didn't work out. And lastly, class equals profile info, and we'll go employee since, and I'll put in the span of profile date. Cake has its own way of printing out the dates, but I'm going to go with my usual date, month, date, year, GIA, comma, string, to time, and that will be user created. Now, we don't need an I mean, if you want to put like an update for just the users, you can do something, like I did up here, where if the user session ID is the same thing as the user ID, you can put it in edit. But we already have an edit link, so I don't really want to worry about that. If we look, and again, this is supposed to be more professional, so you don't really want some kind of goofy social network profile thing. If you look, we have all the information that we need. Now we just got to style it. I didn't put in wrapper and background. Let's throw that in there so we can make it centered like that. And I also didn't put in class equals main heading. A little bit of a rush yesterday. And there's your profile. Now we want to do something with this, and we want to get this information a little bit more spread out. Let's go, because I love all that spacing. Profile, styling. Really, when it comes to making websites, scratch coding websites, especially in this day and age where everybody wants instant information, splicing and sifting and shifting and all that stuff, the key is the JavaScript and everything. The back-end stuff is really kind of easy. You just got to understand how to speak object-oriented programming, more or less. But it's pretty easy, the back-end stuff. The front-end stuff is when things get a little bit complicated. Okay, let's see. Profile wrapper, we're good. I want to... well, we'll see. We'll see how much room we need. Main heading's fine. Don't need to worry about that. Profile interior. In profile interior, we'll just do a margin top of 5. Just give it a little bit more space. I think the width is fine. I don't think we need to touch the width. And I'm not putting titles in there. I mean, you know, it's their name. This is the title right here, employee sense. There you go. Name, email address. Profile interior is fine. Let's see. Profile interior. I go P. Let's say margin bottom of, let's try 10 pixels. Let me just see if that is too much for 3 bits of information. No, it's okay. I'll deal with that. That's fine. Now, let's take care of this picture. What I want to do with this picture is I want to make it that if it's the initials, it'll be big, and in the background it'll be like a circle, a white circle. And if it's your picture, it'll be, I mean, it's going to be a circle anyway. Excuse me. So let's worry about that first. Profile interior is this whole thing. Profile pic is what's actually in, okay, so we'll do that. So profile, well, the profile interior is, yeah, profile pic is the actual picture. So we'll go height of 100 pixels, I'll say, with 100 pixels. We can go background color, white, because the picture's going to fill it up anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then we'll do border 2 pixels, RGBA, and give it a little bit of a bluish. So something like 12, 10, 120, 0.4, and border radius of 50%. That should be good. Let's take a look. Well, it has the space. Where's my border and everything? Let's see. Wrong one. That's notes for later. Profile pic. What is that? This is closed out. This is closed out. Profile pic. Oh, I didn't say what it was. Solid. Sorry. But I should still see something, right? I mean, there it is. Oh, that's right, because this whole thing is white. Doesn't really matter. You can make it a... Nah, there's no bright white. No point, yeah. I made that a div, right? Profile initials is a div. Which is good, because then we can move it around. Profile initials. We're going to give it a width of 100%. Height, 100%. Is that like... Oh yeah, and I want to center this. If I do auto, it's going to be kind of... I could justify the content center. No, that's perfect. Cool. Just keep it like that. But the initials are fucking warped. Let me see if I justify content center. Let me see if that'll work. No. I gotta just kind of, well, we'll do text align center. And we'll do font size 30 pixels. Font weight 700. Color RGB. Nah, not that. Where's the other one? Where was that blue thing I did? RGB. Nah, where is it? Like the one for this. Now I gotta go open up the base. 22, 22, 222. Sounds pretty obvious to me. Let's see if this looks stupid. I mean, it's. Yeah, I didn't put anything. Let me put it different now. Wait a minute. No wonder why. I mean, I could just do that now. You know. Eh. I kind of want it to be lower though. Um. um, I don't want to top it. Oh. What if I did a margin? Margin within a margin. No, it looks like shit. How about if I did that and a text line? Center. How about if I did that? Smart ass. Still looks like whatever. All right, so there you go. Let's get something for this date. And we'll go font size, 13 pixels, font weight. We'll say 400. I don't even know if it has a 400. That's why I like to do all the different, it doesn't even have a 400. Well, let's make it a little bit more prominent. Let's say 600. That's why I like when I import any kind, that's a little better. Well, there's your profile. That's why I like when I import different fonts, I like to have all the different sizes. Now, if we can get the edit profile done quick, then we can move on to the customers, and that's really the brunt of the work that we're doing here. Now, again, if I go to, there's his. But as you can see, it's Roop's profile. It's not my profile. Now let's go to edit profile. Do I have an edit? Again, it's not a social network. I don't want to focus on the profile. We're just going to focus on the picture now. In fact, let me work on that right now. Interior. And we're just going to go with 100%, height, 100%, and border radius. And I'll just put in image, so it knows. When we do get the image in there, it should just be able to. How long did that take? 13 minutes. All right, well, whatever. It should just put the image in there perfectly. Okay, edit time, puppy. Let's go over here, and we'll go public. Now the edit's going to be a little different because, like everything else with Cake, there's a conventional issue. And what I mean is that Cake, okay, I did do that, okay. No, but this isn't the action index. What the hell was I thinking? It's the action edit. With Cake, the image, well, let's just get into this. This is like the dashboard in the sense that the only person that can go to the edit is the actual person, the actual user. Now, what I want to show you is a quick way to do some kind of authentication. You see, you could do an initialize, but then if you initialize it, it's going to get all warped and what have you. For the register, for instance, well, we'll worry about that later. With the edit, what I'm going to throw in here is we're going to get the user, which as we know is users find by ID, not fit by ID, find by ID, ID, contain profiles first or fail. So now if we don't find the ID, it's going to clock out. However, what we can also do is we can say if user ID does not equal this request get session, we got to get the session, read ID. If these IDs are not equal, then we're going to return this redirect to, inside the brackets, action, and that would be the, we'll go back to your dashboard. And I just want to double check that I don't have to do the front. No, I do. Okay. But if you're not the right one, then you won't be able. So I'll go to mine, and that's. What do you mean it wasn't? Oh, I didn't make the template yet. I thought I did. Sorry. User. Yeah, I didn't make it yet. I'll be able to go to mine. Again, we didn't do the template yet. We didn't put the base template or the layout. So, but if I try to go to 4, it'll send me to my dashboard. Then just so now I don't know why that. Oh wait, hold on. No. My fault. Hold on. Wrong one. Not this one. This one. Seeing as how I made it that everything in the dashboard is based on, and we can do the same thing for the dashboard. Good thing I didn't do that yet. Because if I did, it would just keep rerouting. So here's how I based everything here off the dashboard ID. So if we go to edit profile, we'll see ours, but if we go to 4, it'll take us back to our dashboard. And we'll do that for the dashboard as well. That if you don't go to the right dashboard, right there, we'll do that. If user ID this is right. Does not equal this request. So just a simple bit of authentication if you wanted. Get session, read ID. Then we'll just return a this redirect. Action to dashboard dot this request get sessione read ID. And this way you can't go to somebody else's dashboard, it'll just take you back to yours. So if you want to be a smart ass and go, oh yeah, I'll just go to his dashboard, it gets right back to yours. And you have no choice, you're stuck on your dashboard. So fuck you. All right, anyway. Let's go back to edit profile. Let's get this going on here, right? Now, over here. We don't need the current user because the current user is the person that's logged in. We don't need that. Right. You'll be sent back to your dashboard if you try to pull that junk. You can only have yours. Let me go back to my profiles table. Let me just see. So the first name can't be an empty string. The last name can't be an empty string. The initials, I made an empty string, but it shouldn't be. But the only thing is the initials are a hidden thing that you can't do anything with, so it doesn't matter. Image I haven't done anything with because of the fact that the image is kind of wacky and it doesn't have any real input, like any kind of real automatically implemented image thing. You got to go through a whole scenario, so we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to send this view builder. Let's put it together first before we start doing the coding. Base. This set title to edit profile. You already know who you are. You don't need to know anything else. This set initials. Spell initials correctly, please. Current. It could be the user. User profile initials. Then we set user to user. Now again, you might be saying, wait a minute, are we updating the profile? Because really, we can update the first name and last name. We're going to, I guess we can update the email address. But we're not going to change the username and we're not going to change the password right now. We'll do something else with that, maybe. Oh, I didn't save it yet. There we go. Anyway, so we're gonna update the email address. We're gonna update. So you'll say, wait a minute, don't you need the password? No, we can just base everything off the user and the association with the user, like we did before when we first implemented this. And with Cake. The way Cake works, especially when you're using the form, the way Cake works is it knows you don't have to tell it what values to put in when you're building their form. Now I'm not sure if that's for everyone because I never used everyone else's form helper, but with this one you don't have, you could just say h3 class equals main heading. And you could say edit your profile. And from there we can go div class edit user form. Here's the thing. When we open our form create. The form itself, and let me just double check this, has options as well. They have, the form helper has different options for the actual form. And you'll see when we get to doing the Ajax updates, you can see, and you will see, that the form, you could put in there like this, right? So we could put in there enc type multipart form data, put in that. We could also do something like on submit and then whatever, in this way it doesn't, it can accept all these different parameters in these arrays that you would put in a form. So this way, when we go end, if you look, when we take a look at the input, there's the enc type, multipart form data. And if you look at the action, it's user's edit. So it knows exactly where to go back, it knows everything, just by us putting in that one little bit here. And then, you got we're going to do our hidden. And we don't have to do anything, control, type, hidden, I want to put in the same ID as we did. We don't, the JavaScript is already there, I believe. Is this the same? It's the JavaScript. Is that the base or that's the page? No, that's the main. That's the main. Oh, we'll make a new one then. I mean, no, I don't have to. Hold on. Page.js. Pages.js. Did I put the main in our? Let me see. I have the inspection here. No, I just have the base and the pages. Yeah, we'll make a new one. It's called register first. We'll make it edit first. So ID would be, what the frick? Hold on. ID would be edit initials. And this will be profile.initials. Profile, yeah, initials. And then it'll be in there. Initials. So that's the name of it. Profile initials, that's what it is, right? And the profile initials should know already that the value should be CD. And of course we have this form control profile.firstname. And we're going to say label false. This form control. You never know, your employees might get married and stuff. Last name. Label false. And this form control email. Label false. And type email. This way it gives us a hard time if we try to put something that's not email in there. And last but not least, this form button update. Now, if I were to get rid of the hidden, just for a sec, we should see the initials in this form. It's basing it off the table. And as you can see, there are the initials. We're going to put the type hidden. Why are these? Why are these scrunched up against one another? If I put in form control, I don't understand why they're scrunched up. As you can see, the information that's there is based off the information that's in the table. What are we at? 28 minutes. All right, we're going to have to stop soon. But this doesn't look right. Something's wrong here. Am I forgetting something? Hold on. Well, I didn't put in the picture yet. That's something I did forget. But again, it looks like, and that font's off. I don't understand. What am I doing wrong here? Bleh. Get out of here. All right, now, with the file, we can't name it this. This is one of the problems I have with Cake and its image update. We cannot name it image. We have to name it something else. So we have to go like edit image. And we can't even put it in, we can't do anything with it. We can't say anything about it, and we're going to say type file. And I guess I'll keep the label there. Let's take a look. But let me just double check. I don't know. Let me see what the label looks like, and we'll say required false. We don't want this to be required. But let me just see what it looks like with the label. Again, it just looks wrong. I don't understand. Again, these are too scrunched up, and this font looks off. There's something wrong here. I mean, we'll look at it later, but let me just double check. There must be something I didn't close off. Hold on. A lot of it is just styling. Like a lot of their form things here, whatever, are just styling. Shows text required. I mean, it all seems like it's good. I don't see what the problem is. There's a validity message. It all seems good. But why does it look so scrunched up? Type email. By the way, I don't want that label. That label looks like crap. We'll see when we try to update. But it looks, whatever. I could just style it myself, piece of shit. But I'm just saying that when you have form control, there's usually space between. It's all in there. I don't know, whatever. Figure it out. When I come back, I'm gonna show you exactly why this becomes an issue and how it's gonna mess up everything and make it look like junk, but it's gonna work. So you'll see what I mean in just a sec.